Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, also known as The Beast, and this is just a quick response thread to our friend Metal Mickey. He just popped a video up earlier on today, 10 awesome album titles, and I watched it and straight away I was thinking, well, this is something we're going to have to jump on board with. And the temptation was to do 10 vile, grotesquely horrible, horrific death metal type things. But I thought, well, actually there's a couple of quality album titles that aren't, you know, about microwaving babies and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with each record, or each album, sorry. But just, you know, thought I'd jump on and see if anybody else decides it's worth giving a go to. Anyway, completely waffling, so here we go. First one is the band are called Walls of Jericho. This is their 5th full length on Napalm Records. Came out in 2016, and it's actually called No One Can Save You From Yourself. I mean, what a fantastic title. It's very much mental health. You know, if you're struggling with your mental health, as a lot of us do, our own worst enemy majority of the time is ourselves. So yeah, so that's the first one, Walls of Jericho and No One Can Save You From Yourself. Next up, and not quite as nasty, a bit more descriptive this one. The band in question are called Old Corpse Road. This is their 2nd full length on Cacophonous Records. Came out in 2016. These are UK black metal with a sort of a folk vibe to them. And the album is called Of Campfires and Evening Mists. Mists even. If ever an album title suits the music on it, then it's this one. Cracking little album, folky, black metal, the type of thing you'd sit around a campfire listening to as the mist rolled in. So that's Old Corpse Road, Of Campfires and Evening Mists. Next one of them more angry type things. The band in question are called Puncture. This is their debut full length on CDN Records. Came out in 2020. Australian death metal, and the album is called Complete Carnage of Complete Carnage of Coagulating Cacophonous Corpses. And that was one of the reasons I didn't just do all death metal, because I knew I'd end up ballsing one of them up. This, you know, it does it like it says on the tin. You know what to expect. They aren't singing about daffodils and such like, but it's just extremely violent death metal from Australia. So that's Puncture Wound, Complete Carnage of Coagulating Cacophonous Corpses. Love that title, it's just that daft, it's good. Right, well, the next one, the band name, you can be able to guess what the type of album it's going to be. The band are called Chainsaw Disgorgement. This is their debut full length, also out on CDN Records. This came out in 2018, and this is US brutal death metal, and it's actually called Butchered in the Back of the Human Meat Market. Now, I bought this purely because of that title, knowing that, I mean, it wasn't very expensive, and I just knew it was going to be an absolute slam fest, and it certainly is. So that's Chainsaw Disgorgement and Butchered in the Back of the Human Meat Market. What a title. Right, next one is a very, it's quite a clever album title. Fantastic album. The band in question are called Galvanizer. This is their second full length on Misako and Ojo. This came out in 2021. This is Finnish death metal, and the album is called Prying Sight of Imperception. This is an absolutely stellar release. Well, in fact, both their albums are. But Prying Sight of Imperception, I just thought was a very, very clever title for an album, and it was also one of the first ones that came to mind as I was watching Mike's video earlier. So that's Galvanizer, Prying Sight of Imperception. I'm reading the notes just so I can sort of get the wordings right. Next up is a band called Ascendancy and their EP from 2023. These are from Denmark, and it's death black metal. It's out on Misako and Ojo again, and this is called A Manifest of Imperious Destiny. What a superb title, or even, as we'll put in the thumbnail, an awesome title. So yeah, so that's Ascendancy and A Manifest of Imperious Destiny. Probably should have put my notes somewhere where it was easy to look at rather than just staring on the side of me, whatever I'm holding up. Right, I digress. Next up is Pestilence. This is their debut full length, out on Rotted Life. Came out in 2023. Again, this is Australian death metal, and this is their release, Beliefs of Dead Stargazers and Soothsayers. I'm making an absolute bollocks of this. It says it across the bottom there, look. Say that again. Beliefs of Dead Stargazers and Soothsayers. This is a brilliant, superb album, and I just, there's something about the title that appeals, along with the artwork. You know, there's so much conflict in the world at the moment. Well, not just at the moment, to be fair. There always has been. And a lot of it is down to people believing what dead stargazers and soothsayers say. So that's Pestilence and Beliefs of Dead Stargazers and Soothsayers. Next up is the band Maab. This is their sixth full length on Nuclear Blast. This is US thrash death. Yeah. It's called Carnival of Killers, which is a very simple title compared to some of the ones I've shown. However, the artwork and that title, every time I take this record out to listen to it, it makes me chuckle. I can sit looking at it for ages and ages and ages. Absolutely belting record as well. So that is Maab and Carnival of Killers. Now, the next one doesn't actually say the album name on the cover, which is quite annoying when you're trying to show albums on the cover. But it is the band of Behemoth. It's their 11th full length, out on Nuclear Blast. Came out in 2018. Behemoth are from Poland, black symphonic, edging on death at times. And the album is actually called I Loved You in Your Darkest. And for me, when I first heard the album title, I'd never heard the album. I'd heard of Behemoth, but the album title alone got me thinking, yeah, that's quite applicable to how my life's been at times. So bought the album, and to be fair, it is a really, really good album. I'm not the biggest Behemoth fan, if I'm honest, but I've got a few of the bits and bobs. But yeah, so Behemoth, I Loved You at Your Darkest. Superb. Now, I've actually cheated here because I've done 11, but for me, when it comes to an album title and it comes to being a no-nonsense, simplistic album title, then it doesn't get any better than this. And if I say the name Sex Pistols, then you already know what the album is. It came out in 1977. This is the recent reissue on Universal Records. but it's, never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols. What more do I need to say? It's just an absolute classic punk rock album from 1977, did I say? Yeah, 1977. Absolutely superb. So there you go, Sex Pistols, and never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols. Now, when I picked that one out, this is number 11, so I do apologise for throwing an extra one in, but again, this is an album that needs no introduction at all. Came out in 1990 on Earache, UK thrash crossover, and still got one of my favourite pieces of art on the front of it, and it's the mighty Lawnmower Death with, oh crikey, it's Lawnmower Death. I mean, look, just bathed in its magnificence. Brilliant album, absolutely balmy bunch of guys, and to name your debut album, oh crikey, it's Lawnmower Death. Well, you can't go wrong with that, can you? So that's my little thread response type thing. I hope there's a few more people jump on it, because there's bound to be thousands and thousands of records, CDs, albums, etc. that we haven't mentioned. Mike actually said, I'll leave a link to Mike's original video down below in the comments, in the description, sorry. Mike actually said, as like an afterthought, there was an album he remembered. He's never actually owned it, he's never shown it on his channel, and he said something about, if you can guess what it is, then there'll be a VCLT sent to you. Whatever that might consist of, I've no idea. Anyway, enough of me waffling shite. In the background, going back to the first record I showed, and Walls of Jericho, that's what's playing in the background. Again, it's a solid deathcore. Yeah, not quite deathcore, but it's up around that area type thing. It's not quite as slamming as some of them, but really good release, and that's what's playing in the background. If you stuck me mumbling on for this long, thank you very much. As always, it's much appreciated. I wasn't really planning on jumping on and doing another video this week, but like I say, the thread that Mike's hopefully setting off had me intrigued enough to start rummaging through the collection and seeing what we could come with. Thank you for watching it. If you found it even slightly entertaining and you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Any comments down the bottom that you want to, records I maybe missed that having seen that you might, oh well, actually you might like this one. I think we're going to do another one of the Blast from the Past videos as my actual next intended one. Might do a thrash, maybe do a thrash metal one, I think, since that was sort of my genre for so many years. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the next one. But until such a time, and as always, cheers!